Why is it that whenever I beat the final boss in a game, I'm left with this hole, this gaping, empty feeling? Don't get me wrong, the boss fight in the game itself was really fun, but after it's all over and the credits are rolling, I just sit there and think, well, what next? A lot of people answer this question with post-game content, challenge runs, or starting a new game, and that's when I started wondering, what if there's a boss that's satisfying to beat every single time you fight it? A boss that keeps leveling up with you, adapting to your strategies, and finding new ways to test you. Now, at first that sounds impossible, because in every game, given enough time and practice, you will beat the boss. Even the hardest fight eventually ends. Even if it is from some insanely hard game, the fight will come to an end eventually. Which is kind of ironic in a way. In almost every video game ever, you're constantly seeking stronger foes to defeat. So the stronger you become, the stronger your foes become too. This mentality often leads to the final boss of games being some grand beast, god, or cosmic being. The final bosses often become these godlike beings because that's the limitations of the world. There is nothing greater to slay than a god. But what if there was a boss so powerful, so unpredictable, that no strategy could ever fully prepare you for it? Well, I'll show you that boss, and how it reshaped the way I approach challenges in life, to make them not only more exciting, but also far more rewarding. But first, let me take you on the journey back to where this all started. There I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I had just encountered my first ever Hinox. When I first saw it, I was amazed. The Hinox looked like this lumbering giant towering over me. I stood no chance against this colossal beast. So I did what any gamer would do. I fought it. I ran in, sword swinging, and I got flattened in seconds. I died over and over again. Slowly but surely, a hopeless feeling crept over me. But I refused to give up. It felt like I was just missing something. Then, by complete accident, one of my arrows struck its eye. For the first time, the Hinox actually stumbled and fell over. So I quickly developed a strategy of shooting it, leaping forwards to hit it with my sword, and then running away to shoot it again. Eventually, after dying a couple more times, I mastered my tactic. With the swing of my sword, I slew the Hinox. At first, I was exhilarated. But as I thought more and more about it, I began to feel this sort of sad and empty feeling. I realized that as much as I love fighting that Hinox boss and all bosses that would come after it, eventually I'll fight Ganon and win. Which, sure, is a good thing. That's the whole goal of the game after all. But once I kill Ganon, that's it. There is no enemy stronger than Ganon. And sure, that doesn't mean there won't be other secrets or areas to explore in the game, but it's still limited. If I keep playing the game, then eventually I'll run out of things to do, things to see, things to explore, and bosses to beat. This is an issue most video games face. A lot of online games and MMOs solve this with infinite game loops, but that doesn't really solve the problem. It just makes me feel as if I'm doing the same mundane things over and over again. Even if you do keep introducing new enemies into a game, then sure, you'll have different enemies with different styles and strategies, but it's still limited. There isn't really such thing as a game that will keep presenting you with stronger and stronger bosses. Eventually, all games reach a limit. Looking back on the whole experience, now I realize I've found the answer I was looking for. I've found the strongest boss you could ever hope to face. In fact, this boss is so strong that you can never fully beat it. And to top it off, it's so strong that the battle stretches over your entire life. That's right. The boss is you. If you really think about it, beating yourself is an almost infinite fight. You can always strive to be better than the version of you from yesterday, in literally anything. It could be a sport such as running, where you see your progress over time and slowly improve. For me, it's every skill and every little thing that I do. Whether that's something such as getting better at cooking meals, or maybe it's a more important skill such as making YouTube videos. Jeff Bezos once said that he enjoys washing the dishes every night. Think about that. The founder of Amazon, one of the richest men in the world, who could have easily hired someone else to do it. But instead, he still chose to do it himself. Why? Because he enjoyed the process of improving. He wanted to wash the dishes every night and see how much more efficient he could become. But that being said, the boss fight is just with you. The problem is, most of us forget that. We look at our friends, classmates, or co-workers and start measuring ourselves against them. And the second you do that, the fight changes. Why? Because if you try to beat everyone, then that's not really realistic. Unless you become the Mr. Beast of your skill, you will always lose, because there's just such an enormous volume of people in the world. Not only that, but everyone's playing life with a different difficulty setting. Like, think of two different people playing a video game. The first person playing might quickly get better at the game because they found a good weapon earlier on. That being said, it might simply be that they've played similar games before and are therefore better at the game. Of course, it's the same for life. My friend might be a faster runner than me, but that might just be because he's played other sports, or maybe he's never gotten a major injury. Or it could simply be that he has more time to train and is therefore faster than me. Because there are so many small, minute details that change and alter us, it becomes almost impossible to accurately measure yourself against anyone. So the only one you can truly measure yourself against is you. And that's who you should strive to be. I heard a quote once that I think sums it up very nicely. It goes something like this: "A truly strong person is not one that conquers others, but one that conquers themselves." And yet, when you think about it, conquering yourself can begin to feel pointless. After all, what is the point in trying to obtain something you'll never achieve? You will never be perfect. But that's actually a good thing. Beating yourself is so fun because it never ends. Like, there's so much to get better at in life. It's because perfection is unobtainable that you can infinitely expand towards it. You can always get better. And I think that's kind of beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like fighting bosses in video games. But for me, I also enjoy spending my time battling me. Whether that's through improving my social skills, making better YouTube videos, becoming a faster runner, or even just striving to be a kinder person. See, fighting yourself is the most exhilarating fight ever because it's not some predefined boss with X and Y skills. Instead, it's a boss that's constantly changing, growing stronger, and patching its weaknesses only for you to find new ones. It's a constant duel back and forwards between you and you. So now's your call to action. I want you to choose anything: a skill, a sport, a hobby, or even just a small task. Then track your results each time and strive to improve. Striving to become better than the person you were yesterday is truly one of the most satisfying things in the world. If you're interested in improving your life and you enjoy my content, then check out the link in the description below. That link will take you to my free community where we talk about self-improvement and improving our lives. So if that's something you're interested in, then check it out. Keep your sword sharp. Bye bye.